Hey, what's happening everyone? SirJames from Gamerfuzion.com, and in today's video I'm here to bring you guys some Halo Wars 2 beta gameplay. This is from a brand new mode called Blitz mode, which was not present in the original installment but was brought over for Halo Wars 2. Basically this mode works with a card-based system. Again, the card-based system is not for the entire game, it's just specifically for Blitz mode, which I'll explain how this goes as the gameplay goes on. Alright, so pretty much how Blitz mode is done is simple. You're going to notice that on the mini-map on the far right hand side there are 3 points, A, B, and C. My teammate is going to go for A while I'm going to head for B after I get this energy deposit, which I'll explain how that works in just a moment. If you or your team happens to control the majority of the points, in this case 2 out of the 3, you will gain points, in which of course if you have 200 by the end of the match, you are going to be the main winner. There's basically a meter on the very top hand side where the timer is. You're going to notice that little bar there is going to start filling up for both sides depending on who has the main advantage here. Now the way this works in terms of how do you bring out units, do you have to construct buildings? No, that's not how it works. This again is focused on a card-based system. You're going to notice on the bottom here I have 4 different cards. I have the Extractor, which I'm going to be bringing out in just a moment. We have the Troop Hunter, Warhog, and the Hornet. Basically the way this works is this. You're going to notice that there is a number. Right now there's some in red and some in white. For example, the Troop Hornet is at 130, the Warhog is at 60. That represents the energy. If I have enough energy, which you can tell next to your minimap there is a pink icon. If you have enough energy, you can bring out that unit. Like for example, right now I'm doing a tactic here where I summon this Hornet as a distraction, even knowing that he's going to pretty much die, which is fine with me because I wanted to get over here as quickly as possible because there is an energy deposit that basically spawned on the map, as you see right here. These deposits basically kind of spawn periodically throughout the map, and they're going to be in different locations. Sometimes they're closer to you, sometimes they're far in the distance, closer to the enemy's base, but you want to try to go for these because these give you a massive energy boost. So if you happen to have powerful cards such as, airstrikes, you should be able to get to those a lot faster. Of course right here I don't think I have the advantage because the enemy is very much overpowering me right now. One thing to also keep in mind that for the cards, how this works too is that you could actually bring out any units you want throughout the map as long as it's within your field of view. However, if you bring it outside your base, your units are only going to have half of their health. However, if they are spawned inside your base like I'm doing right now, they are going to be at full health. And of course, if you spawn any units outside your main base, you can bring them back inside and they could basically heal up, and then you can kind of go out and do your thing. But that's pretty much the gist of how the card system works. By completing daily activities and so forth, you can actually get access to more cards, which I do unlock a pack at the end. Right now, we have a energy deposit that spawned in. We have 4 different locations, a little bit closer to us. The enemy's pretty much going to get access to 1, but we are going to try to go for the rest of these right here. My ally was trying to go for the one that the enemy was going for, but instead he kind of retreated back to get the one that was closer to him. So as he went for that one, I'm now going for that second deposit to give us some additional energy here, because energy is pretty much key. So if you have powerful cards again within your inventory, because you can edit and customize your deck, then you are going to have a little bit of advantage here. Of course, this is not really my best gameplay. I just used this one because we did win. But I just want to kind of show you how the gist of it. Now right here I'm using another card. This is an ability card. Basically this allows me to issue an airstrike and a general direction, which I was using to aid my teammate there, but unfortunately a lot of his forces got destroyed at that point. And right here I thought we were going to be planning an attack down the center point, but instead we kind of took our units around here, so he's going to distract the enemy as they come around and try to take this base from the rear. Let's hustle. And pretty much you kind of be patient here. Now for this mode, by the way, in terms of how many players you can be with, you could play 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, which is what this one is, or there's a 3 versus 3. And 3 versus 3, honestly, gets pretty crazy. So you kind of be aware of the output level of your opponent. And one of the things, I don't know if it's going to be available in the main game, because again, this is beta, so we only got like a basic of it. But I noticed that sometimes it partners with people or play against people who are a much higher rank. I've like seen people rank 16. It's pretty crazy. Of course, they're going to have more and better cards, which of course, you know, if I'm fighting against those happy people, I'll be at a disadvantage here. But again, there's another energy extractor there. They just come out randomly throughout. So you're going to notice that the opponent is going to get the one that's closer to their base because they have their main forces there. But right now, we are basically going to be winning here because we currently have points A and B secured, while the opponents are currently just camping out over at C. And I believe it was at this point where we decided to go ahead and go on the offensive here and kind of tear down the forces from the inside out. Now, as my teammate on the bottom side is kind of distracting their forces here, I want to come from the rear and kind of take things out. I just brought out a sniper, which by the way, I kind of got the gist of the sniper because there's some units I'm learning more about. But never have the sniper with your main force. Always have your sniper separate, because he's very useful with having to take out infantry units. Definitely. So right now my main focus is to try to take out most of the vehicles, because the vehicles are the ones that cost higher energy here. I do have an airstrike available, which I'm going to use to cover my retreat in just a couple of minutes. So of course right now he used an airstrike on me, which definitely devastated my army right there. So right now my sniper is covering my retreats, and I'm going to go ahead and use an airstrike to go ahead and kind of help out with that. And there you go. As you can see, we definitely did some heavy damage to that red team there. And right now, as you can see, my sniper, boom, it was taking out some of the forces, and just like that we had victory because they were camping too much on their section. But right here we can see I completed a daily activity, so I got a Blitz pack. That's going to be the booster pack which you can use, and you're going to notice that certain cards could only be used with certain captains. So if you're not that captain, you can't use those cards. So we go back here, we go to new, and these are basically the cards I'm going to get, which of course you could buy with microtransactions, which I definitely don't like, but you could also earn them in game to kind of level them up as well. We got the Halo decoy, which is actually pretty cool. I did utilize that in my next match with the other captain. Wasn't too bad actually. But pretty much there you guys go. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.